Good morning, folks. Hey, it's the Blue. I'm coming at you live in a way. Yeah, 'cause I'm live. You might not see it as it's coming live, but I'm alive. All right, we're sitting here this morning. You know, it's kind of a rainy day. It's 66 degrees outside. Man, it is 66 degrees outside. Make this quick. 66 degrees. Not 70, not 80, not 90. Going to be 100. It's 66 and it's raining. But I went to go get Blue this morning. Blue looked at me like, "Are you crazy?" That dog hates water. He hates water. He won't get out because he hates water. All right, so I'm here alone this morning, drinking my coffee. Special coffee. I like to make my coffee. I like to drink it out of my Dallas Cowboys coffee cup. Yeah, baby. Darn thing cost me $12. You know why? Because it got that little thing on the bottom. It says NFL on it. Could have made my own. Could have fired it. Molded the clay. Did all that. Made my own. Well, anyway, this morning, I've had a lot of people, they want to hear me say, "Dab nabbit, silly rabbit." I'm always writing it. So I guess I'm going to put it in something, and I'm going to say, "Dab nabbit, silly rabbit." I'm going to tell the story about the Redneck Tree. This is something I wrote about a year ago, maybe a little less. Put it on eBay blogs a couple of times. Kind of goes like this. There was old Redneck Joe. He was coming home one day after a hard day's work in his pickup truck. And he sits up there, and as he's coming by his house, he notices on the side there he's got a big old oak tree. There's a cat looking curiously up the tree, and the tree's right next to a fence. Well, he goes over there, and he looks over at the cat. The cat looks at him. He looks back at the cat. The cat looks back at him. Finally, the old redneck breaks silence. He says, "Well, what you looking at?" Well, in the meantime, he hears a voice from up in the tree. He says, "Neighbor, hey Joe, I'm stuck up here in this tree." Joe goes, "Well, why are you stuck up in that tree?" And the old neighbor says, "Well, I came up here to get my cat. My cat was stuck up in the tree." And he said, "Well, damn nabbit," said the rabbit, "your cat's down here. You can come down now." He said, "I'm stuck." Redneck looks up for a minute. Joe, he says, "You mean you're stuck?" Redneck said, "Yeah, I'm stuck. Can you help me get down from here?" He says, the old Joe scratches his head. He's like, "Yeah, we'll get you down." He said, "I'm going to go over to the Home Depot over here. I'm going to get some screws and some wood. And when I get back, I'll grab my sawzall and a drill, and we'll get you down." He said, "You just hold tight now, you hear?" Neighbor Redneck says, "Okay, I'll be right here." Joe said, "I'm sure you will." So he goes over to Home Depot and he grabs some wood, he grabs some screws, comes back, goes up in his shop, gets a sawzall, circular saw, gets a drill, starts directing old neighbor there how to fix his house. Now I say Joe. You know, I use Joe a lot. You know, you say Junior. If I say Junior, people think I'm a redneck. I'm not a redneck. I'm not a redneck now, damn nabbit. I'm from Texas. It's impossible. I'm a cowboy, you know. I ain't got my cowboy's hat on today. I put this real tree kind of look on me so that it would fit the redneck joke, you know. So anyway, here we go. So old Joe, he's sitting up there and he's directing old neighbor Joe, Redneck Joe, how to fix up a deck. And he gets the deck going just about before he's finished. Old neighbor Joe, he's like, "Hey Joe, how's this gonna help me get down out this tree?" He said, "I've been up here now 2 or 3 hours, just about built you a deck." He said, "Yeah, I know." He said, "You know, I love it too." He said, "Looks good. Did a good job." He said, Well, how's this supposed to help me get me down out this tree? He said, it ain't. But it's sure going to help me get this deck built that I've been trying to get built for a long time. Redneck scratches his head up there. He goes, well, I'm still stuck up in the tree. You know you ain't. There's a ladder on the side of the tree. You could have used it all along. He said, now come down out on that ladder, grab your dab-nabbit cat, you silly rabbit, and get out in my yard. And that's the story. That's the story of the Redneck Tree. Now, Neighbor Joe really liked Neighbor Joe. You know, Redneck Joes, they all like each other until they get shooting at each other. That's the way that goes. Hey, yesterday, told you we was taking a break in the shop. I was building one of these. One of these right here. See if I can get it in. This always gets me. It's like a mirror. Here we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. See that? That's a bat house. Got a little place for the bats to go up in there. Got two little chambers. It's called a chamber bat house. I built these out of all cedar. Now, I got to do some dressing up, as you can see right here. I kind of go in here and I do a little bit of sanding it down, make it smooth, everything. I'm sending these out today to a customer. Made out of cedar. Made out of cedar. I go to Home Depot. I get me some cedar fence planks. Sand them down. Now on the inside here, it's not sanded down. It's rough. You know why? A lot of people tell you put some screening up in there. But if you leave this rough, the bats get up in there. They get up in there just fine. They don't need to add that little screening in there. It's all natural except for the screws. I use stainless steel screws. And this thing's going to stay together for a while. For a while. You might not even be alone. You might not be around when this is done. Well, I'm getting close to the time that I said I was never going to get to. As far as making a movie goes, you know, I always want to tell a story, try to tell it short. But here's the deal now. I got this little thing. I want to know if you ever seen one of these. See that? See it right there? Look this. Look what it does. See that? See that? Nope, not a nose picker. Not a nose picker, nope. On this side, you got this thing right here. Yeah, you see that? And what this does is a picker-mupper. Yeah. You know what? I worked a lot of years, a lot of hard years, you know. Kind of hurt my back a little bit. Still can work. Still got a good back. But it hurts every now and then. So what I do is I use my picker-upper and I pick it up. So, next time you want to play pick up sticks, call me. Well, dab-nabbit, silly rabbits, there's this Blue, and I've had fun, and I hope you did too. We'll talk with you later. Bye now.